Hello, my name is Keshwani. That's Keshwani, Keshwani. We are here because we want to prepare for GRE. We have been solving GRE math problems out of this book here, Official Guide to the Revised GRE, the second edition. If you do not own this book already, purchase one immediately. You're going to need it. The problem that we are about to solve is the one that you will find on page number 233. Please turn to it. Page number 233, and today is our lesson number 327. The problem that you see on page number 233, the very first one on the top, 2.7.8, listen carefully. The problem that is in front of you there, make sure you have the book in front of you, turn to page 233 so that you can read the problem yourself, so that what I'm about to say makes any sense to you. The problem that we have there in front of us, 2.7.8, is is a different version of what you see on the blackboard here. The problem that you have in the blackboard here is the bonus problem. It's not in the book. It's a simpler version of what is in the book. What is in the book is that what they're describing in the book is a scenario where the question is, how much do I need to put in the bank today? How much do I need to put in the bank today, so that at the end of 3 years, I will have $1,000 in my account, given a certain amount of interest, which is compounded, whatever the compounding period is, compounded annually, it turns out. So the question there is, how much money do I need to put in the account today in order for me to be able to have $1,000 in my account if bank is going to pay me 3.5% interest, compounded yearly, and if I'm going to keep the money in the account for 3 years. I want to make sure that at the end of 3 years, I have $1,000 in the account at that point. The question is, what do I need to invest today? That's the question. What you see in the blackboard is just the opposite. As I said, this is a simpler version. This is what we find typically. So here the question is, what is the amount of interest? What is the amount of interest earned if right now today, we invest $1,000? So here, the amount of investment is a known quantity. What is the unknown quantity is the amount of money we will have in the account at the end of the 3 years. So what is the amount of interest earned on a $1,000 investment if it pays a 6% interest and it's going to be compounded annually for 3 years? So let's begin our process. The key in questions like these, compound interest problems, that is to keep your work organized, keep it systematic. So this is how we will set it up. So we'll have a time period here. We'll have the beginning balance beginning balance, that is the balance at the beginning of each period, whatever the period happens to be. If the compounding takes place every 6 months, then our period is 6 months. Then we're dealing with a 6-month period. If the compounding takes place every month, then that's our period. Month is our period. If it's compounded semi-annually, then our period that we're looking at is a 6-month period. Here is compounded annually, which makes our life easy because we're dealing with only 3 periods, because it's 3 years. Had it been compounded semi-annually, then in the 3-year period, we would have had to deal with 6 periods. Here is compounded annually. So we'll have the 3 periods here, 1, 2, and 3. This is our beginning balance. So we start out our story, our period 1. In other words, we start out year 1 with the balance of $1,000, because that's what we're putting in the account. We're putting in the account $1,000 to start out with. At the end of 1 year, bank pays a 6% interest on our investment. So the question is, what is 6% of 1,000? Well, that's very straightforward, very easy to figure out. 6% of 1,000, you take your $1,000, and if we were to take out if we were to knock out the 2 zeros, that will give us 1%. 1% of 10,000, 1% of 1,000, as we can see there. If we knock out 2 zeros, 1% of 1,000 is $10. Therefore, 6% must be $60. So 6% of 1,000 is what we earn, which is $60. We add that $60 of interest that we earn to our initial investment, giving us a grand total of $1,060. That $1,060 that is in our account at the end of the first period is the amount that we have at the beginning of the second period. Think of this as the stroke of midnight on December 31st. If we invested our money on January 1st, then on the stroke of midnight on December 31st, the bank puts $60 in our account. So our ending balance at the end of first year is $1,060, which is exactly the balance that we have for the beginning of the second year, which is this right here, 1060. Again, we're going to earn 6%. But 6% of what? This is where the simple interest rate differs from the compound interest rate. In the simple interest rate, the story is, believe it or not, very simple, which is, in the case of simple interest rate, every year the bank calculates 6% of our investment, and if we invested $1,000, then every year the bank is going to put $60 in our account, because 6% of 1,000 is $60. Every year, bank puts $60 in our account, and if we leave the money if we leave the money alone for 10 years, in 10 years we will earn $600. Very simple. Simple interest, you can do it very easily. How much money would I earn? How much interest would I earn in the period of 3 years? Well, that's very easy. It's $60 per year. We're going to earn $180 in the case of simple interest. 60 plus 60 plus 60, because it's 60 every year. In the case of compound interest, we're going to earn 6% of the amount that we started out in the second year. Essentially, we are earning interest on the interest. So the bank is not only going to pay 6% of $1,000, but we're also earning 6% on the $60 that we earned the first year. So the question is, what is 6% of 1,060? Well, that's very straightforward to figure out. No need to fret, it's very straightforward. 1,060 multiplied by 6, okay? 6 zeros are 0, 6 times 6 is 36, and 6 ones are 6. There you go. So we're going to earn $63.60. $63.60 is the amount of interest we're going to earn the second year. So we take that amount of interest that we earn in the second year, and we add to our balance that we started out our second year. So it's 1,060 is what we started out year number 2. We earned $63.60 at the end of second year, we're giving us a grand total of $1,123.60. That is our amount that we're going to start out year 3 with. Okay. Now what I have done here is that I have approximated $1,123.60. I rounded it up to 1,024 because I'm lazy. So now we ask ourselves, what is 6% of 1,124? Well, that's very straightforward also. 1,124 times 6 cannot be that difficult to figure out. 6 4s are 24, 4 carry 2, 6 2s are 12, plus 2 is 14, 4 carry 1, 6 1s are 6, plus 1 is 7, and 6 1s are 6. There you go. We're going to earn $67.44 approximately. Now the reason I say approximately is because our amount that we start out year 3 is not exactly $1,124, but in reality we are starting out with $1,123.60. So now we are approximating just a little bit. So we're going to earn $67.44. We put that $67.44 to the amount that we started out the second year with, which is $1,123.60 plus $67.44, giving us a grand total of $1,191 approximately. That's it. So the question was asking, what is the amount of interest we earn? Amount of interest earned is very straightforward. The amount of interest earned over the 3-year period is simply the amount of money that we have in the account at the end, which is 1,191 minus the amount that we invested to begin with. So we earn $191 in interest. So what was the difference between this scenario and the simple interest rate? Well, in the case of simple interest rate, we would have earned 6% every year. 6% every year means 18%. 18% of 1,000 is $180. Instead of $180, we are earning $191. The extra $11 that we see is due to compounding. That's all. Now that we understand the basic concept of compound interest, we can tackle the problem that is in the book, which is a topsy-turvy world, because there we are not asking how much money we will have in our account if we invest a certain amount of money to begin with. There the question is, how much money do I need to invest now in order for me to be able to have $1,000 at the end of three-year period at the interest of 3.5%. They're getting very annoying. 3.5% is very annoying to calculate, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. No need to worry about it. We'll do that tomorrow. Okay? Bye now.